new virus has taken over the fitness world. Men's dating profiles are now in front of this wall with the time. CrossFit gyms are now called high rocks. Marathon runners are jacked. And your local fitness influencer's bio now reads, hybrid athlete. Is this the new elevated peak level of the fitness elite? Or is this just a fancy word to say you run a little and lift a little? This month I'll be training like a hybrid athlete to see what all the fuss is about. And is this just how we've always trained with a label? Or is there more to it? Starting off, let's talk about the queen of absolute goals of being a hybrid athlete, Lucy Davis.
I'm very excited.
And I saw in her Instagram bio, she uses the Center app, so I will be using that for my programming. Day one, I get to the gym, all excited to be the fittest version of me, but I had technical issues because I got a new phone and couldn't get into my account. I was also rushed for time, so I originally thought, okay, you know what, just push this to tomorrow, but we call that an excuse. Especially because this is really just me trying to get back into weightlifting after 6 weeks off. And if I know anything, tomorrow becomes tomorrow again. So I just Googled hybrid workout. No, it's not perfect, but we're just getting back into it. Day two, I'm moving and had to cancel my gym membership. So I didn't have a gym, so just went outside for a run.
Gotta get back into running. So today, I'm just going for a super chill, like 3 to 4K.
Because yeah, part of hybrid athlete is being able to run, or at least do endurance. We'll talk more about it. Day three, and I'm finally getting my first true session, and I'm feeling weak. We're talking squat in the bar, max, which I won't lie, I'm super discouraged at, but I'm trying to remind myself I'm going to the gym to get strong, not because I am strong. So what is a hybrid athlete? Well, according to Google and my own sense of just consuming a lot of content from people like Lucy Davis and Nick Bare, a hybrid athlete is someone who combines both endurance and strength training to excel in multiple fitness disciplines. Personally, I just think it's the evolution of the fitness industry. In the early 2010s, HIIT was the biggest thing. And then we also started incorporating like bodybuilding and powerlifting started to get in. I hate to say women's body types, but a curvy look, big butt was in. So what did we all want? To grow this big butt. So really strength training became a big thing. Then come 2020, everything shuts down. We didn't have gyms. And I think that's why people naturally started running, because it was just an easy form of exercise we can do. Now with the running boom, something I've just noticed with a lot of friends who are big fitness influencers, people I've talked to in the fitness industry, is I remember about 3 years ago, there was this crossover. There was the weightlifters and there was the people getting into running. And I talked to a couple of my girlfriends and they were like, oh, I'd love to run, but I'm just so scared to lose my gains. And I don't blame them, because the narrative back then was like cardio will make you lose your gains. Do as least cardio as possible. So many people have put so much work into building glutes or whatever, men, their biceps and chests and all that. And then people on the internet started to pop out like Nick Bare. I do think, correct me if I'm wrong, he was the catalyst, where suddenly there's this man running a sub 3 hour marathon looking like this. And then suddenly people realized, oh, you can be jacked AF and run far AF. And I think that opened the floodgates. And I realized I'm gonna have to make some modifications. But if I've learned anything in the past, I forced myself to do like the full workout and then hurt myself and then get set back. Versus I'm like doing the modifications till you're strong enough. Example, push-ups. Right now, I can't crank out many push-ups, so I did them on my knees. This is where CrossFit got the bad rap, and with good reason. I think it just encouraged a lot of people to push through, but for whatever reason in High Rocks, it just feels more friendly to do the modifications. So right now, I'm just focusing on engaging the right muscles, building up strength, and I'll eventually get back to full push-up.
We got intervals. It is dark and cold. This is the time of year. So gotta be kind of intervals, gotta be mindful of the dark. For my low intensity, I'm going on a run. But it's all snow. And I currently don't have like ice running shoes. So I'm going so slow. I need to get ice and snow run gear. But there's my tip. Obviously it's not ideal, but like I know sometimes I tell myself like, oh, I need all this gear before I do stuff. Yeah, be safe when you're running in the snow. But if you don't have all the fancy gear, you can just go out and just go slow. It still counts. That's what we're doing today.
So is there a difference between high rocks and hybrid? We're going to get into it. But specifically, I think there is two things that have really caused the boom of this like hybrid training running culture. And I think it's a combination of one, former high school, college athletes, just people who identified as athletes, no longer having that post-career and needing a new competition to train for. I think that's one bucket. Two, something that's being labeled dawn culture. Gen Z and younger millennials are drinking less. It shows in the stats. Wine is crazy down, beer is down, all drinking is down, nightclub attendance is down. And one reason is I think a lot care more about their sleep and well-being. You especially see this in places like Australia and Sydney, the capital of this, where people want to go to bed earlier and wake up earlier. They want to meet at a cafe, meet at brunch, go for a run, and reformatting the idea that the only way to be social means you have to jeopardize your sleep. And the harm of alcohol, I do think one of the stems was that Andrew Huberman podcast about alcohol and it really opening so many of our eyes. And I think that was a ripple effect in the fitness industry of like, we knew alcohol was bad for us, but I don't really think we really grasped the extent of it. Also just talking about lockdowns, I think we got out of the habit of socializing, being out earlier. Like there was no point to stay up late back then. So I think we all just got in the habit and enjoying our morning routines and people enjoying other beverages than just alcohol. Like I think we have more of like a matcha culture and coffee culture, and just like people are leaning towards more just fun drinks that have like added health benefits, whether it's mocktails, adaptogens, electrolytes, like today's sponsor Element, which of course is my hangover here because as a younger millennial I still drink, but at the same time I love my morning routine and I don't want something getting in the way of that. And especially this is good for you in the holidays. New Year's is coming. What do I have every night before I go to bed after night drinking? Element. And of course working out, I also have it because when you sweat, you don't just sweat water, you sweat out electrolytes and you need to replenish it, and it helps with so many things. Headaches, cramps, those are the biggest things for me. When I don't have enough electrolytes, I get really bad cramps and really bad headaches, and the cure has been ever since I have a pack of electrolytes a day, no problems. This is especially important for those who work out a lot, have a really laborious job, live in a hot climate. If you're doing a high rocks competition, it's about an hour exercise, good idea to look into taking an electrolyte supplement. And of course, why I love it is it's science-based ratio of 1,000 milligrams sodium, 200 milligrams of potassium, and 60 milligrams of magnesium, trusted by professionals in the NFL, NBA, and NHL. And yours truly just enjoying putting my drink. Actually, I'm quite thirsty. Let's grab this. We call this breaking the fourth wall in the biz. So excited. Oh. If I preach one thing, it's make healthy habits enjoyable, and then you want to do it. And one of the reasons I always stick to my electrolyte supplementation is because it tastes delicious. I personally love the citrus and cocoa, especially this time of year with some hot water. It's like a salted hot cocoa. It's delicious. It's actually called chocolate, not cocoa, but just my vibes, it's cocoa. And then the citrus is one of my favorites, and grapefruit as well. And of course, I'm not going to talk about it and not give you guys a code. If you go to drinkelementea.com/Keltie, you'll get one of their bestseller sample packs with your purchase. It's a great way to try their most popular flavors like raspberry and citrus, or Sure the Salty Friend. Once again, thank you Element for sponsoring this video. Third thing I feel that is really creating and why people are leaning towards hybrid training and like high rocks is community. Now, running seems isolating, but if you frequent your local run pass, you'll realize you start to recognize your runners. There's a runner wave that we all do, and it becomes like you feel like you're a part of something. And then also race day is like a music festival. And run clubs, especially in big cities like London and New York, are social scenes now. And events like high rocks have now become places that like we can be social without it jeopardizing our health, which I think the younger generation, people in their 20s, early 30s, are really prioritizing, is like, how can we be social without it jeopardizing us? Week 2, and I won't lie, I'm getting a little overwhelmed. I kind of feel like a failure. I had this image of the beginning of this challenge of like, I'd be pushing myself to feel like an athlete, being a badass. Like I felt so good after my marathon. And then I thought, I was like, hey, I have this, and then I'm going to add on strength training. I'm going to be like that athlete I was and born and raised. And I won't lie, I just felt kind of like a girly lifting a little and going for some jobs. Having just moved back post-surgery, I was living in chaos and I couldn't 100% do the workouts to the fullest of my capacity, in the sense like sometimes I had to cut them short, but I still haven't missed a workout. So it feels like, what's even the point? Like I'm barely lifting. Okay, I'm going to a workout class for today's HIIT session because I'm going to be honest, when I do HIIT on my own, I don't. I half-ass it. But if I'm with other people, I'll do it. So this is the time to book a workout class. Also, I didn't film any of the workout because it was my first time at a new gym and I didn't want to be that annoying YouTuber filming the workout. I tried to build a relationship with the gym before I whipped that out. Now, a few times in this video, I've mentioned high rocks and hybrid training, and you're probably like, what is the difference? Is this the same thing? Those that know are like, Keltie, they're not the same thing. And so we're going to talk about it. Hybrid training and high rocks training do not go hand in hand, but I think the popularity of hybrid training is what caused the popularity of high rocks. If you look at someone like this called like a hybrid trainer online, most have like one thing that is their specialty, whether they're doing triathlon, a marathon, powerlifting, weight, like they have one thing that's probably their main focus. And it depends on the person. It really came with this idea is like you do both endurance and strength training has become more and more popular, and that's hybrid training. And as this concept got more popularity, ironically, high rocks competitions started. And I think there was always this caveat before high rocks came, and this is why CrossFit kind of got good, but obviously there's a lot of bad things with CrossFit. One day maybe I'll do a video about it. But I feel there's a lot of people that know they should do some strength training and they should do some cardio. But it's kind of like, what are you training for that shows that? Like either you're training to do powerlifting, bodybuilding, or you're training to run. And it's kind of like, well, if you're someone who's doing like a balanced approach, you have no way to show off that balanced approach. Insert high rocks. And that's why I think high rocks is taken off, is like, it's the first time that people who just have a balanced routine of weightlifting and doing endurance and doing cardio have something that they can compete for with that training. Now, as I'm going into week 3 of my hybrid training, I have decided to reframe and pull out some of my winter hacks. This week's glute workout, I was strapped for time, so my hack is in these moments to swap barbells for dumbbells. Your body can't tell the difference between what you're lifting. The main difference is you can load up a lot more weight on a barbell than a dumbbell, but it also takes more time to set up, and right now I can't even lift that heavy. So I picked time efficiency over strength gains efficiency because my job pays the bills, not a High Rocks sponsorship. But ironically, by just getting it in does make me stronger, so it is actually more efficient. Okay, next up is power clean, which I'm gonna do a real hack job of, and I'm gonna just give a little tip. Olympic style lifts, cleans, all this, I really hate are programmed in stuff like this because it's such a higher level skill. Even someone who technically has taken powerlifting courses and has done it in the past, I take years off of doing it. And it's like right now I don't have the current skill and form. And so I know I'll hurt myself. Like even with the barbell being 45 pounds and just my strength not being that great, it's just not worth it. And so sometimes these moves are like bang for your buck. I'm gonna be honest. If you take the time to build up the skill, they're great. But just realize for the first while you're building up the skill, you won't be lifting that heavy to actually make it a really beneficial workout. But regardless, I do need to work on the skill. So this is gonna be not great form. Do not copy this form. I'm just gonna do it with some dumbbells just to kind of like remind myself of it. But there's humbling yourself sometimes in fitness. And right now I just gotta humble myself with some 10-pound dumbbells to be like, oh yeah, like what's the clean form again? This is gonna be ugly, but that's why I need to do this and remind myself of how to do it clean. And I'm gonna do it safely without a heavy barbell and hurt myself. Oh yeah, so that'd be my recommendation. If you're someone who doesn't want to get better at cleans, do a different exercise. For the HIIT workout session, this is my ultimate seasonal depression hack, is booking a workout class when I have to do something intense. Reality is when I'm on my own, especially in the winter months when it's cold, I only push myself maybe 70%. But if I have good music and good vibes, I will push myself 100%. And that is really the whole point of HIIT training, is pushing yourself to that max. So I booked a workout class.
My running gear will be delivered this week. Cold weather. Oh, we're getting out there.
So no, I wasn't being 100% badass hybrid athlete, but I've showed up every day this week and I was lifting again. And I was starting to remind myself that's the point and feeling more accomplished, not defeated. Identity and online fitness culture. So Keltie, are you really training like a hybrid athlete or are you just doing some cardio and weights? Depends who you talk to. It's human desire to label ourselves and put ourselves in boxes. I remember when my basketball career ended, I got into bodybuilding simply because I lost my identity as an athlete. And I saw other people doing bodybuilding and it wasn't my passion, but I think I just so desperately wanted to have an identity again of like, I am blank. And I think we really like labels online right now. It has been drilled into our head for the last decade to have a personal brand, be in a specific niche. You're a clean girl, cottagecore, runner, etc., etc. Hybrid is just another one of those identities online that the algorithm can identify you as and put you out to other people. And there's nothing inherently wrong with that. Having an identity is just core to being a human. It's just an observation I'm seeing. And this is an example of like internet culture shaping fitness trends, is I think we really like to grasp onto like, I'm a runner, I'm a something. And I think it's just resonating with a lot of people right now of like, I show up to the gym every day, I lift really heavy, I do some kind of endurance and I push myself, and having that label as like a hybrid athlete helps others identify you, and the algorithm kind of creates online communities. I'm into week 4 and dare I say it, so cheesy, but I think I've kind of got my spark back. After surgery, I wasn't overly inspired to get back on the running training plan, especially with it being so dark and cold where I live right now. This was the perfect balanced approach to get me back into working towards a specific goal. Yes, you can do hybrid training at extreme ends, or you can just follow these kind of programs knowing you get a balance of cardio and weights, which we love. So I didn't do all the exercises today. And sometimes that happens. But the cool thing is I felt so much stronger. So reminder, you don't have to do programs 100%, still see results. And the reason I didn't do them all is because I have to go get a pap smear because women's health is important too. Last run of hybrid training. Just gonna go on a chilly run outside. Day 30, I didn't do before and after a strength training. I got stronger, but I thought, we gotta end day 30 out on a bang. So it seems only fitting that I do a high risk competition. There was none available, so it's just a simulation at my gym, but here we go. What we got on the menu, it's 8 kilometers run. So 1 kilometer run, 100 meters skier, 1 kilometer run. Public gym issues, there's only one sled. So we're just gonna makeshift a sled push. 50-meter sled push, 1 kilometer run, 50-meter sled push, 1 kilometer run, 80-meter burpee broad jumps, 1 kilometer run, 1,000-meter row, 1 kilometer run, 200-meter farmer's carry, 1 kilometer run, 100-meter sandbag lunges, 1 kilometer run, 75 wall balls. I'm going, this is tough, but also I had this idea in my head that I was going to set my original time and then eventually work back on it. And then I am realizing in this moment, I work out at a public gym and I try to avoid filming people and disrupting the piece. And also there's equipment being used. And also breaking the fourth wall again. I have to change camera angles constantly. So maybe I should have gone into this idea with this is just going to be a workout like a high rocks and not timed, because my time was way over 2 hours. So there's a lesson is if you want to do a high rock simulation, like do it with a group. Make sure maybe no one's in the gym, because you also don't want to be the person just sprinting through the middle of the gym and disrupting the piece. Or you can, but like I have way too much social anxiety for that. I was like, oh yeah, just out of the way. Yeah, don't mind me. And yeah, equipment's being used. But I won't lie, I wasn't sure how I'd feel at the end of this challenge. I didn't know, like, would this spark me doing a high rocks competition? Maybe one day. But it actually just brought back my spark for running. After the marathon, I did have that. But then after 2 months off with surgery, getting back and moving, and the chaos, like, I was like, oh, that sounds exhausting being in a training program. And just kind of slowly allowing myself to get back into it, getting the strength. I remind myself, I'm like, oh, you ran a marathon. You're capable of things. Like, you're capable of training for something. And I just almost just needed that little reminder. So just completing this workout program for 30 days reminded me I'm capable of completing a workout plan for 30 days. And so I signed up for a half marathon in January and a marathon that I'm really excited to announce soon. But even more important, this inspired me to focus more on weight training this time around. Now, I did weight train with my marathon training. It was important, but it was definitely like the afterthought. Like, running came first, then weight training, and mobility fell off, just the amount of hours I had in my day. But with it being the winter and being outside being a bit more miserable versus the flip side, the summer, I want to be out running. In the winter, I want to be in a gym lifting weights. And I think with this time of year is like lean into that. So this has sparked me wanting to be really strong so I can be powerful during my next race. And then come the summer training, maybe I'll lean more into just like getting as much kilometers outside as possible. But at the end of the day, you have 2 lanes if you want to do hybrid training. 1, be the strongest runner, or 2, attempt to be the fastest lifter. And that's really all being a hybrid athlete is. We're all jack of all trades, we're all mid, but you're like the top of the mid, and that is being a hybrid athlete. Pick your lane, but all jokes aside, yeah, balanced approach, we love it. And you can be high rocks, you can do marathon, all this. If you guys are training for a high rocks competition, comment down below. If you identify as a hybrid athlete or you want to, actually no, we're about to go into New Year's. Comment down below your goals for the new year and if I should do a high rocks competition. I do want to see the vibes and maybe compare. Would you want to see that? Ooh, I got a video plan that's gonna really show you guys a fun race day. And then should I also do a high rocks competition and say which is just funner? Because I'm for the vibes. I'm not here to win. My shoes are tied up. I had my athletic achievement. Now I'm here for the vibes. I want, back to Dawn culture, I want my race days to feel like music festivals. I want to feel like a rave. And maybe I just go around ranking them. And is it high rocks better or a marathon? Comment down below. Have a great day. Good luck. Hope you guys had a great 2025. Let's wrap it up. Go out drinking. No sleep. That's the point because you want to feel like crap starting January 1st. So you're motivated to get back on your routine. Toxic advice, but that's what I tell myself. Have a great day. Go pet a dog. Love you guys. Bye.